Hey guys, welcome to So the Drama Podcast. Sawyer James here. I want to apologize in advance because we are in the middle of a thunderstorm and the cars outside are carring, okay? But please hit that subscribe button before you leave. I really do appreciate it. On today's episode, we are going to be talking about one of the internet's most hated, and I mean consistent hate, for like the past 3 years. She is a family vlogger mom that is going viral right now for all the wrong reasons, okay? And that is Kyra Sivertson. If you are unfamiliar with her or have been living under a rock, go ahead and crawl on out, sit down, and buckle up because this has to be the most absolute train wreck human being on the planet. Like, literally. If you thought exploiting her kids online was bad, it gets like 100 times worse. So, she started on the internet in 2015 with an extremely successful YouTube channel with her then partner Oscar Morales, and that channel was OK Baby. They garnered over 1.4 million subscribers, which put out content like day in the lives, pregnancy content, family life, and ultimately exploited their 4 children for views. Now, they were high school sweethearts, and I did see on Reddit that like Oscar was dating her best friend and she went after him, and then they've been together ever since. So basically, what they were saying was that Oscar cheated on his girlfriend with Kyra. However, I couldn't find any confirmation of that. I did find a clip of him talking about it post their breakup, and I'll go ahead and include that right here.
Kyra was best friends with your ex and she stole her from you. Well, we kind of talked about this already a long time in a video. My ex broke up with me. She broke up with me out of the blue. Like, truthfully, I think she was seeing somebody, which from what I heard, that sounded like kind of what happened. I don't know why I have the worst luck with these women. What the? She said we were going on a break, and that was it. She was like, yeah, I just need like a week or whatever. And so I should have known, but I was young. I should have known that means like, all right, we're officially over. But my dumbass waited that week and then texted her and got no response. And then that was it. Like, I was like, oh, okay, she broke up with me, like, whatever. And then Kyra and I started talking, but Kyra didn't steal me from the ex. The ex had broken up with me 9 months prior, and she left my ass for somebody else. And so, I mean, there was a lot of drama to that, I guess, because I guess Kyra and the friend were like, yo, what the fuck, this and that. And she's like, wait, dude, you broke up with him. Like, what happened or whatever. Plus, the ex was telling me, like, weird things. Like, I'm not allowed to get with this person. I'm not allowed to get with that person, blah, blah. Like, just people that were in my life that were friends with me. My ex was a little crazy towards the end. And so, yeah, I don't know. I mean, it sounds bad, but truthfully, the situation was, she broke up with me. Yeah, it wasn't as bad as I feel like I've heard people saying it. Like, people are saying, like, I heard somebody say that I was with her, with my ex, and that I left her to get with Kyra, and Kyra was best friends with her. No.
Now, the comments after this was divided on whether or not he was telling the truth. So I'm just going to go ahead and let you come to your own conclusion. Now, during their time together, they were living their dream life, right? They were young parents. They had major success online. They had a great family home in Utah. They were buying, new cars, boats, all kinds of stuff. And with major success online and multiple children, you do run into a lot of family bloggers do end up going the nanny route. So in comes Kyra's nanny, Hannah Hawker. Now, Hannah Hawker is from Arizona. She would come along with her then future husband, Preston Smith, and they had actually been together since 2015 as well. Now, they all hung out together all the time, like all the time. They would vacation together. Hannah and Kyra had their podcast. They would have game nights. They would double date. It was honestly just a couple's flourishing friendship, right? Now, Hannah and Kyra started a podcast together called Beneath the Sheets in July of 2021, okay? And Preston, the football star from Arizona, turned accountant, was their sound guy on the podcast. Now, I don't know what accountant school that you have to go to also get, like, sound experience, but he was the sound guy, okay? So he was basically in the background doing background sound things, okay? Now, them all working on this podcast together is going to open up a lot of a timeline for us as far as couples getting together and couples breaking up. So ultimately, Kyra and Oscar ended up getting engaged on December 26th of 2018 in the most epic, cutest proposal that I have probably ever seen to date, okay? The cutest little proposal ever. They get engaged, and this is kind of where things start to move very quickly, because it wasn't long after that they announced that they were breaking up. And let me just tell you, this has to be the worst breakup video that the internet has seen in a while, okay? The body language between the two of them, like, she was very excited and happy, and unfortunately, I don't have clips from that because as of today, we're marking this as August 24th. As of today, they have completely taken down their OK Baby YouTube channel. So it is no longer a thing. But the body language between the two, like, you could tell that he was very, like, upset and frustrated and sad. And she was very, like, excited and happy and just could not wait to be a single woman. Now, mind you, they do have 4 children together. So it was very sudden that they announced that they were breaking up, okay? Now, in comes cheating allegations, okay? During some videos, they did admit to some emotional cheating, and the internet was not standing for it. They super sleuths of Reddit, and I'm so thankful for my girlies on Reddit, because the deep dive that I have done over the past month has been insane, and it has opened up a lot of doors, and I have got a lot of questions answered that I just didn't think that I was going to be able to find, because again, they took down an entire YouTube channel. Now, I am going to go ahead and insert some visuals here of differences between their breakup video and their ending the OK Baby era of their lives, where you'll be able to see how happy and, like, ecstatic she is in her breakup video versus the absolute distraught feeling that she had that her OK Baby channel was going away. It is absolutely mind-blowing to me, like, that she exists, but that's fine.
Once a cheater, not always a cheater.
Ooh, I have to disagree.
Yeah, I think that if somebody can do that, I think they can do it again.
I mean, I'm sure there is a chance that there's
Yeah.
some people out there that, you know what I mean?
Learn from how terrible it felt or something.
But for the most part, I think once a cheater, always a cheater.
Okay, so it was on the Dad Challenge podcast that I got a lot more information from, and he is actually the one that leaked the very first photo of Kyra and her new boyfriend. And let's all just take a moment to guess on who that was. Her nanny / best friend's husband. So they come out in Vegas with these threesome allegations from somebody on, I believe, Bumble, that stated that they had met up with them in Vegas and had a whole threesome situation. And it was Kyra and Preston. And at this point, this is where the entire bomb is just mic drop on this situation, right? Now, if you guys thought Kim K could break the internet, this story has literally broke the internet. So once this photo comes out, that is when timelines start getting put together. This clip that is on the screen now is actually showing a pre-breakup. I believe this is pre-breakup, around like Christmas time, where Hannah and Oscar are like kind of hanging out, like playing around, and in the background you can see that Kyra and Preston are literally having a whole text conversation amongst each other. And if you go on Reddit, like, you'll be able to see like clips and stuff of this. Like, it's pretty wild to see like their interaction together via text. But all of that to say that these allegations came out. They proved to be true. Someone on Bumble went on to talked to Josh from the Dad Challenge podcast, and text messages were exposed, which I'm going to put here as well. And it just shows that they were in Vegas together looking for a threesome hookup. And the person that they found obviously was not a fan, okay, of them and leaked it all. So again, another mic drop moment in the timeline of this whole situation. Okay, now post these text messages coming out, that is when timelines started to be put together. And that is when we start to realize that most likely Kyra and Preston were having an affair behind Hannah and Oscar's back.
Yeah. Whereas I'm like, once you're been with somebody for so long, I'm like, as long, there's got to be rules, of course. I do think that you can't just like sleep with a friend. It can't be like someone you know.
Yeah, that makes it too personal and too likely for things to evolve from it, I feel like.
I agree.
I'm gonna
drink. Okay. It's not asking what you would rather, Hannah. Would you rather have a threesome with someone you know or a total stranger you met on an app?
That's hard. I don't know.
Someone I know. Was that an option?
You think?
Yes.
Even it's just like, no? Yeah. Strangers is like, bye.
True.
Maybe. I don't know.
I don't know. I'm drinking to that one, I guess. Because that one's difficult. Why not both?
There you go. It could be a stranger and then becomes a person you know.
Once the divorce of Hannah and Preston was made public from Utah State Records, I believe that Kyra started to soft launch Preston out into the world, and you will actually be able to see her in a couple of Just Fam's videos as well as a Just Fam TikTok, because her and Kyra are friends, which I feel like Just Fam is problematic in herself, so I'm not sure how that came about, especially since it seemed that Just Fam and Kyra had led totally different lives outside of this. But you know what they always say, you get them how you lose them how you get them. I think it's how it is. You lose them how you get them. Now we are going to go ahead and fast forward to the engagement and ultimate wedding of Preston and Kyra. That is right. Kyra married her ex nanny's / best friend's husband. She is now entered into her trashy era, and she is embracing all aspects of the filth. So she comes out with these engagement photos that are trashy within themselves, are just not something that I would do. They're pretty wild. And they had explained that they wanted to have like a longer engagement because they wanted to take a honeymoon to Africa, and it wasn't just a few short months later that she ended up getting married to him in January 5th of 2024. And then they ended up taking their honeymoon in Mexico. There was lots of sightings of her there. If you go on Reddit, there's a whole thread of it that I was just stuck on. But a lot of viewers, a lot of haters, a lot of everybody just kind of wondered why the rush of the wedding, and a lot of pregnancy speculation was going around during that time. And so naturally, Kyra has decided in 2024 to double down and not only marry her ex-best friend and her ex-nanny's ex-husband, it's not only to marry Preston, but to also have his child. And so we are expecting baby Smith this year as well. Now, the course of the wedding, she got tattoos. She was obviously toasting champagne. She was traveling in her whatever era that she was in. And internet was right. She was pregnant during that time. Now, I cannot express to you how unsafe it is to get a tattoo while you're pregnant. But I guess I'm not that kid's mom, so she tried to hide this whole thing like so much that this is kind of what happened, is that she ended up marrying him quickly because she was pregnant and needed to keep that on lockdown because the internet already hated her, and I don't think she wanted to draw any more attention to the situation because she already knew that shit was going to hit the fan, and it quite literally did. Now, since all of this drama has come out, she obviously has been tanking in views. She has been losing subscribers. Her Instagram has plummeted thousands. She's hemorrhaging subscribers at this point, and it's only getting worse. She is under a microscope. Everyone is on her every move. It has become increasingly hard for her to garner the amount of money, or the amount of subscribers that she had once when she was on OK Baby. Now, I can tell you that Oscar has since found somebody. He is in a relationship. He has his own YouTube channel. And I wouldn't say that he gets double, almost triple the amount of views in a shorter amount of time than he does, because the internet is obviously Team Oscar at this point. And I'm here for that. Like, I love that for him, that he is thriving still post such a traumatic and depressing time in his life, that he has still been able to pick up the pieces and move on with his life. Now, why this came onto my radar is because I was just perusing on Reddit, and I wasn't like in her snark forum at all. It just popped up for me. Okay. And she did a live where in this live she is discussing why she would not be making big purchases for her children, i.e. cars, college fund, stuff like that. And it has sparked an entire debate, and that is why I wanted to talk about her today.
It's college and cars and phones life when they're older is what adds up. I mean, it definitely is like a financial thing to consider as well. I feel like that's, goes without saying. But at the same time, I think that, in my opinion, and I mean, it always can change, but like cars and phone and all that, that doesn't, I don't just give you money for that. And also college, unless you give a scholarship, I'm also not the only one paying for that, because I can bet your bottom dollar none of my kids will take it that serious if I'm paying for it.
To me, it's just a weird thing to say, considering that the bulk of your fame, the bulk of your fortune is riding on the coattails of your children. They use their children for so much content. They put so much medically out there. When their kids would get hurt, that was like another monetized video for them. So for her to make a statement that's like, I'm not going to I'm not going to pay for my kids' college. I'm not going to be buying them like major things in their life, when you got to where you are based on them, is just insane to me. Like, completely insane. I don't know. But that is the Kyra saga that I have right now, and you bet your bottom dollar, since that's what she says, you bet your bottom dollar that I'm going to be following up on this situation, because I believe that she's due in like a week or two. Like, she is ready to pop this one. And so, yeah, I'm going to be following up on this and really just deep diving more. And I'm sure that if you guys are very familiar with the situation, you will have tons to sound off in the comments below, and I'm gonna be down there because I want to know all the lore that I have missed, because I feel like there are chunks that I kind of glossed over, and I was just trying to get to like the meat and potatoes of the situation. So sound off in the comments below. I will see you guys in the next video, and yeah, thanks so much. Have a great day. Subscribe. Love you so much. Bye bye.